Hopefully, most of you know if you're following the campaign, my name is Aaron Schoaf. And I've been a self-employed small businessman since age 21. And that's something I'm really proud about. If you think about that, here in America, I've been a self-employed small businessman since age 21. From 1988 till 2010, I owned a custom car and truck accessory business in Iredell County. And since 2011, I've owned my hometown Christian radio station, WDSL in Moxville. I'm a father, and I'm a husband, and I'm a citizen. I'm not a politician, and that's my slogan. And actually, that slogan was given to me by a listener. One of the things I've never been able to address, for the sake of time, to share with an audience, is the fact that I did a radio show for the last 8 years on several radio stations in this area covering national news. And during that time, I've interviewed Virginia Fox, Senator Burr, Kay Hagan, Elizabeth Dole, Ron Paul. I actually interviewed Chuck Baldwin when he was running for president on the Constitution Party. And it's really given me an education to see how broke Washington, D.C. is. Also, during that time, I've been an activist. I've been involved in the Fed protests, marches against Monsanto. I've been to Bilderberg to protest twice, 2008, 2012. If you don't know what Bilderberg is, go home and Google that one. And I put together the biggest protest downtown Statesville for Tea Party activists that downtown Statesville's ever seen, and maybe will ever see. And I believe that people that want to run for Congress to represent the 13th District, they need to show an understanding of the situation in which we find ourselves in with Washington, D.C. Now, having covered the news for the last 8 years, all of you people in this room, we've got a lot of things in common. All of us want a balanced budget. We want the border secured. We want a vibrant economy. But election after election, year after year, we don't have that. Why is that? Everybody in this room knows it is insane that our borders is wide open, but yet they are. Why is that? I want to tell you why. It's because we keep discussing the symptoms, but we don't diagnose the disease. Well, friends, tonight I'm going to diagnose that disease for you, and that disease is the fact that we're governed in Washington, D.C. by a bunch of sellout trader, career politicians that have sold out we the people. And until we address that fact and come to grips with that fact, the gosh darn thing is going to change. Friends, I'm running for Congress because I truly believe that we're at war. We're at war with the liberals. We're at war with the progressives. We're at war with the Republicans that are Republicans in name only. And we're at war with those who want to destroy our Christian values, that want to destroy our conservative principles, and they want to destroy our European heritage. Nobody ever talks about the fact they are trying to destroy what this country was founded on, which is our European heritage. These career politicians, they kneel at the altar of high finance, they kneel at the altar of special interests, they kneel at the altar of Wall Street, and they prove time and time again that they don't care about middle-class America. These same politicians only pay useless lip service to reining in the debt or doing anything about our economy. And now we've got a federal government that has proven itself to be too incompetent to manage Social Security, to manage the post office, to manage our VA hospitals, to manage our foreign policy, and they've made an absolute mockery out of our immigration laws. Now, the reason I wanted to have a podium was I wanted to show you a handout. This was from the Washington Examiner. Drudge Report ran the story last week. ICE releases 19,723 criminal illegals, 208 convicted of murder, 900 convicted of sex crimes into our population. This is traitorous. Our servants have become our masters. And it's high time that the people wake up and see the sad facts in which we're living in. Now right here, same Washington Examiner this week, over 120 languages spoken in Nashville schools now. That is a result of our broken immigration policy, and guess who's going to be paying for that? You, the taxpayers. You know, we're over $19 trillion past bankrupt. We go $3 billion a day in the hole. That comes to $100 million an hour. Have you ever had anybody put it to you that way? That is complete madness. We've got over 45 million Americans on food stamps. We've got over 30,000 veterans, as I speak right now, homeless, sleeping in the streets. More than half of all of the students in public schools today are so poor they qualify for subsidized lunches. Walmart is now our largest employer in this country, and we have a trade deficit of over $500 million. I want to read to you tonight from the Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776. When a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evidences a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. I say it's high time that we send some new guards to Washington, D.C. for our future security.
Hell yeah.
I am pro-Second Amendment, I am pro-Constitution, I oppose amnesty, I support building a wall, I oppose policing the world, and I fully support term limits. Our founding fathers adamantly opposed a central bank. Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution gave Congress the right to coin and regulate our money. But since December 23rd, 1913, our Federal Reserve Bank came into being. Our dollar's lost over 90% of its purchasing power. They create this boom and bust. And until we address the Federal Reserve, we are never going to affect true change. Do you ever wonder why the banks keep getting richer while the middle class is evaporating? There's absolutely a correlation, and the politicians won't talk about it. Because they're in the back pocket of the banks and the corporations. Why is that so hard for everybody to say out in public? We are being sold out. It is just that plain and simple. Taxation without representation, people, is tyranny, and that is absolutely where we're at today. We need drastic change in Washington, D.C. We need representatives sit there to actually fight for the hard-working middle class, not lip service Republicrats and Democrats, no more. I am a staunch supporter of the Second Amendment. I believe the only thing standing between us and true tyranny right now is our guns.
That's right.
I say we never, ever let our rights to bear arms be infringed. And we have drifted so far from a constitutional republic, we have got to return to sound governing in Washington, D.C., from the federal to the state to the local level. And I'm asking for your support to go and fight on your behalf against those who are sadly, but successfully, they're destroying us from within. So if you've really had enough with these sellout traders in Washington, D.C., if you're really fed up with seeing your children handed a lower living standard than you've enjoyed, with our borders wide open and our debt skyrocketing, then I'm asking for your support. Because I don't have PAC money, I don't have a big staff. In fact, this is the epitome of a grassroots effort. We got signs, we got cards, and that might be all we go with. But you know what? We're doing it the old-fashioned way. And if this is truly a battle of ideas, of what's best for this country, then we'll win. But if it's a battle of who's got the most money, and who's got the most fat cat friends, and who's most entrenched in the GOP, well, then I might get it handed to me. But you know what? We're going to give it a fight, and we're going to give it a real fight, because this country is on its knees, and we are in a true fight for the heart and the soul of America. And I would love to have your support and your help to make it happen, because I believe this may well be the last real election to affect any real change in this country.